Today, history turns a heavy page. The world has learned of the passing of Ali Khamenei, a man who stood at the center of Iran's political and religious life for more than 3 decades. For millions, this is not just the loss of a leader, but the closing of an era. Born in 1939 in Mashhad, he grew up in a modest religious household. From early on, his life was shaped by scholarship, faith, and political struggle. He became one of the voices of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, a movement that transformed Iran and reshaped the Middle East. In 1989, after the death of Ayatollah Khamenei, he assumed the role of supreme leader. Few positions in modern politics carry such sweeping authority, guiding not only government policy, but military direction, judicial oversight, and spiritual leadership. For over 30 years, his words influenced not just Iran, but the wider region. To his supporters, he was a symbol of resistance and independence, a leader who believed Iran should never bow to foreign pressure. To his critics, he represented rigid authority and policies that limited freedoms at home. His legacy, like many long-serving leaders, is complex, admired deeply by some, questioned strongly by others. But one issue where he remained unwavering throughout his leadership was Palestine. For decades, he spoke openly about the Palestinian cause. He positioned Iran as a vocal supporter of Palestinians, particularly in Gaza, during times of conflict and humanitarian crisis. While many Muslim nations navigated diplomacy cautiously, his stance was firm and direct. Supporters often described him as a leader who refused to remain silent when he believed injustice was unfolding. He repeatedly emphasized that the suffering in Gaza was not merely a political issue, but a moral one. In speeches, he framed support for Palestine as a duty of conscience and faith. Whether one agreed with his approach or not, there is little doubt that this position became a defining element of his regional policy and identity. For many across parts of the Muslim world, he was seen as someone who did not lower his head under international pressure. For others, his confrontational posture contributed to heightened tensions in an already fragile region. Yet even critics acknowledge that he remained consistent, rarely shifting his rhetoric despite sanctions, isolation, and geopolitical storms. Beyond politics, there was the human dimension. He was a father, a grandfather, a religious scholar who wrote and lectured extensively. Those close to him described a disciplined lifestyle, simple in routine, careful in speech, deliberate in action. Leadership at that level carries immense weight. Every decision echoes across borders. Every statement is analyzed globally. For over 30 years, he lived within that pressure, shaping and being shaped by events that defined a generation. His passing now leaves Iran at a crossroads. Questions of succession, stability, and regional dynamics will inevitably follow. Allies and adversaries alike are watching closely. Moments like these remind the world how much influence one individual can hold and how swiftly history can shift. Yet beyond strategy and politics, today is also about people. In Iran, families gather in mourning. In mosques, prayers are recited. Across cities and villages, conversations unfold about what he meant, what he represented, and what comes next. For some, he will be remembered as a steadfast guardian of sovereignty and a defender of Palestine. For others, as a strict ruler whose era brought hardship and restriction. History will continue to debate his impact, but death has a way of reminding us of something deeper. Every powerful figure is in the end human. A human shaped by belief, by conviction, by the burdens of responsibility. As the world reflects on his life, perhaps this is also a moment to reflect on the broader hopes of the region. Hopes for dignity, justice, stability, and peace for all people, whether in Iran, Palestine, Gaza, or beyond. Leadership passes, nations endure, history moves forward, and today a significant chapter has closed.